So I was whining to my wife the other day, said, I need new glasses. And she said, well, get some. I couldn't tighten them anymore. They were scratched. You know the thing, right? But I didn't want to go through the process because you have to make the appointment. You have to spend weeks to get them done. And you got to pay a fortune, right? That's real. But I did. I spent $500 on frames and glasses, and that was cheap. And then I ordered a pair from my sponsor, Zenni Optical, for $70. Zenni is an online eyewear shop. Prescription glasses, sunglasses, blue light lenses, starting at under $30. You go to Zenni.com, you pick a frame, upload your prescription, and they ship it to your door. No appointment, no store, no upsell at the counter. And by the way, if you are saying, do I really need new glasses, or do I have to put up with one pair to do everything I need to do for the next 2 years? No! You can get what you want starting at under $30. And if you've never bought glasses online, don't worry about it. I haven't either. Zenni has a virtual try-on, so you can see exactly how the frame looks before you commit to buying them, with no salesman looking at you saying, those look good, but these expensive ones would look better. No, you don't get that. I'm excited. I can't wait to get my Zenni glasses and tell you more about them. If your glasses are overdue for a refresh, now's the time. Go to Zenni.com/podcast and use the code podcast15 for 15% off your first order. The styles sell out, so don't sit on it. That's Zenni.com/podcast. Promo code podcast15. You might have heard that live shopping is exploding, and I have to tell you, I have been on Whatnot for a couple of weeks now, and I see why it is. Now, Whatnot is my sponsor, and they are the reason I got on the platform and checked it out. I'm glad they did. They made it easy for me. I'm going to make it easy for you. I love it. Whatnot is where you get great products without paying full price. It's that simple. I'm hooked on their live shows, too. You got to see them. They're so much fun. And I see why Whatnot has climbed to the top of the App Store. And listen, if you're selling online, or maybe you have a storefront, and you're hoping people will find your listing or maybe walk in your store, Whatnot flips that, because on Whatnot, you go live and you sell directly to people in real time. And I may admit, although you didn't hear from me, I may have picked up a couple of power tools or so in the past couple of days. I'm just saying. Whatnot, it's the largest dedicated live shopping platform with beauty, collectibles, electronics, luxury, fashion, even cookies, and anyone can sell. In fact, people who sell on Whatnot sell 10 times as much as any other major marketplace. That's because you're not just listing products, you're building real connections with buyers. So whether you're shopping or you're selling, download the Whatnot app today and get free shipping on your first order. Just search WHATNOT, Whatnot, in the App Store and start scoring amazing deals. How are you? Happy Monday. How was your Monday? Was it awesome? I sure hope so. Or your weekend, I should say. Was it awesome? Your weekend should always be awesome. They should be. Just make them that way, okay? Just redeem it so and make it happen. Today, I want to chat about what you do for fun. And the weekend, you should be having some fun, but I think you should have fun every single day of the week. I do. There shouldn't be any differentiation when it comes to having fun. It should be possible all the time. And by the way, if you're a serious accountant, a serious doctor, somebody who seems to never have fun, I totally understand that's your kind of fun. I get it. It's not my kind of fun, but I get it. It is a daily boost from motivationtomove.com, the positive boost you need every single day. Simple concept. Life begins when you move, and all you have to do is stand up, take a step, and repeat until you get what you want. But wait a second, I was doing that, Scott. I got myself off the couch. I was doing everything I'm supposed to be doing. Life was going so good for like a week or two, or even a month, or maybe even a year, and then it fell apart. What am I going to do now? No, life gets in the way, doesn't it? It does. So you stand up, take a step, and repeat again. Keep on going. That's what the show is all about. By the way, let me be clear about something here, just so for you all that don't understand this. When I say life gets in the way, some of the crowd will say, but that's Scott, that's negative. Don't talk about the negative. It's not negative. No. Because I've had in my life plenty of times when I was having a great time and good stuff came my way and it got in the way of everything else. You ever had that happen? Good stuff happens. It's like, Dad, my water broke. Boom! Got in the way like crazy. Like everything changed, but I'm going to go have a grandson. It happened before I got there. She was so fast. So life gets in the way is not a bad thing to say. It's just an acceptance of reality that because you're alive, stuff's going to happen. I forgot. Did I introduce myself? I'm in a flow state right now. I can't always remember that. Doesn't matter. You can look it up if you'd like to, if I forgot. Every Monday, I ask the question, have you done your homework? Simple premise, and it's based on the fact that I never did my homework as a kid. Always got in trouble. And I realized one day when I stopped, did my homework at school, I did better. As I got a little bit older, I realized that when I stop and take a moment just to look at my life and ask if it's going the way I want it to go, it's going to give me an answer one way or the other. And if I take a little bit of time, not long, a couple of minutes, just to look at every role and area, my family, my career, my home, my pets, my friends, all the stuff I got going on. There's a bunch of stuff. And I just say, hey, is it going the way I want it to go? Well, one or two things are going to happen. Either it's not, I'm going to correct it, or it's going great, I'm going to find a way to keep it. So people say, how do I do my homework? Well, you sit down with a piece of paper and you just ask that question. How's my life going? And follow the bouncing thing until you get the answer. What happens behind the scenes? The mere act of doing that will set your mind in motion. Automatically, you'll begin to make changes in your life for the better. So I ask you to do your homework. So what do you do for fun? It's a simple question. It causes a lot of people, what's the thing that they do? Because I ask it a lot, out of the blue. And I get a blank stare in most people's eyes. On the phone, I hear the blank stare. They go quiet. It's crazy. A few years ago, I was visiting some friends. They lived at the Grand Canyon. Did you know people live at the Grand Canyon? There's like 3,500 folks live there. I never knew that until I got there. And I said, well, there's a neighborhood here. There's a school here. There's a church here. It's crazy. People live there. Why? Because they're like 100 miles from any other place, so they have to live there. Thousands of them. The drive into town is way too far. I think Flagstaff is probably the closest major town. But that was okay with my friends. They had recently switched careers, packed up and moved to become, park rangers. I remember hearing that. Like, what? You're what? They were like in the media, worked at TV stations, and decided they were going to leave and just go become park rangers. They're right where they wanted to be. So it was fairly late in the day. We'd been out all day long and kind of settled into the guest room of their home and kind of had a quiet dinner at home. Couldn't really go out anywhere. There's no place to go. I had been driving all day. I was feeling just a wee bit on the fidgety side. And I said, so, okay, got to remember, fast-paced city slicker here, right? So what do you guys do for fun around here? Duh, I came to the Grand Canyon. When you come to the Grand Canyon, there's stuff to do, right? What do? You hike down the trail with mule poop on it. Yeah. What do you guys do for fun around here? And they both kind of said, well, I've been having fun all day long, even at work. Huh? Really? I don't know if I've heard anybody say that before. It turns out that his life had taught him that having fun was a sneaky little thing. Have you learned that yet? That having fun's a sneaky little thing? When you least expect it, it shows up. When you're not paying attention. Just kind of in the moment. Wasting time, working, whatever. It's sneaky. My wife and I at the time were just dating. And we had been out at nightclubs, dancing and doing the dating thing, fending off all the other guys, because that's what happens. It's the minute you're trying to reel one in, all the other guys get it, they're coming in. But we noticed something. We noticed that sometimes we had great nights, even if we didn't plan for it. Fun stuff shows up when you don't really pay attention to it, doesn't it? In my career, I've asked so many people what they do for fun so many times. And I got to tell you, it always catches them off guard. Usually what they'll say, they'll either have like maybe a very materialistic chase for something that society has told them to do for fun, or they've forgotten what they do naturally. What do they do when they're doing you? When they're not paying attention, what do? It could be more satisfying than you know. And it's always eye-opening to me. I just really want to give this to you because I've said this thousands of times to clients on the phone. I have this insight that comes into my head. I'm talking to people. They're telling me their story. They're trying to work out their life. They're trying to get to the areas they want to go to, and I want to help them get there. And at some point, my brain goes, ask them that question. I don't know why it said that. It's just like I put two and two together. It's what your brain does. And when you have insight, you start pulling pieces together and you come up with this crazy idea to ask a silly question. I get paid to do that professionally. So my silly question is, can I ask you a question? Yeah. What do you do for fun? And plus of 90%. They'll say, here's the response exactly, right? Good question. Haven't thought about it for a while. Because I've been so busy living life. Life is getting in the way. They forget what they do for fun. So there it is for you. Have you asked yourself these days, what do you do for fun? And let me dig a little bit deeper for you. It's probably not about 80% of what you think is fun. So I don't do a lot of hobbies these days. I recognize that a hobby was like a job. Have you noticed that? I got a good hobby, but sometimes I feel like I'm working at my hobby, so I'm going to do that. Sometimes it's better if I just sit and read a book or just play with my dogs and take a walk on the beach. Other times I go do stuff. Sometimes it shows up when you least expect it, but have you thought about it lately? What do you do for fun? Do you have an answer? Could you write it down? And a better question, if you could determine what's really truly fun for you, can you implement that right now? And the next hour, and the next hour, and tonight, and tomorrow, and the next week, and the next month, and next year, can you every single day pay attention to what really truly is satisfying and fun for you, regardless of what anybody says or what you think you should be having fun at doing? Can you get yourself to do it all the time? Because when you do, you're going to find yourself in that joyful state of mind, that place where it really doesn't matter what's going on around you. You're going to be having a good time. You're going to be loving life. I know it's a simple question. Sometimes I keep things too simple, but I like simple. You know why? Simple works. It's the ultimate sophistication. The simpler we make it, the easier it is to get exactly what we want. Complexity costs you money. This is strange how we do that. People pay more if you make it complicated. If you make it simple, the stuff that really works, people are like, that's not worth anything. Okay, you'll learn. All right, listen, do me a favor. Visit me over at my Facebook group. Pretty much all I'm talking about. I do all kinds of things, but that's all I'm talking about right now. Come see me. Come say hi. We posted a bunch of pictures of our pets the other day, our fur babies. And it's crazy. They just went crazy. People posting all kinds of crazy animals, including goats and stuff. DailyBoostPodcast.com/Facebook. A good group of nice and cool people. And if you're nice and cool, we'd love to have you there.